Erector Square is a three-story brick industrial warehouse complex located in the Fairhaven section of New Haven, Connecticut. It originally housed the factory for making Erector set toys invented by A.C. Gilbert. The last official sets were produced there in 1967. In recent years, Erector Square has been turned into a home for various artists, researchers, and yoga studios, as well as one of the many locations for the yearly citywide open studios run by ArtSpace, a non-profit arts organization.
So I see music here.
Yeah, those are the guys that rent here.
And
they rent the music area.
Okay.
I just do the artwork.
So does the music inspire your art?
I usually don't hear them. They're usually here late at night.
Oh, okay. How long have you been in this space?
I've been here for 4 years. I used to be across the parking lot.
Okay, well we're here at Citywide Open Studios 2009, October 4th, and we are in the studio. Are these the artists here?
We are the two artists.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so I was talking to
Regina Thomas.
Regina Thomas, who is, can you see what she's doing on the table there?
I am
She's sorting
stamps by color. I've collected them through the years. They're from all over the world, and some are very old, and I use them in my art. So to make my life easier, this is the stuff I don't do when I'm in the studio because it's too tedious.
So this is the artist over here, and can you please tell me about some of your paintings?
Can you pick one up?
There's one that I like about your humans and Caesar.
Right. Well, that's about two things. It's about getting the structure of the head. Does that look like my head?
I don't know.
Well, it's based on my head. So I was interested in getting the structure of my head, but not the details. And I was interested in the relationship between the mark making with charcoal and eraser and the unique structure of my head. And that's what that's about.
The charcoal, I have used the charcoal.
There are different kinds of charcoal. Different kinds.
Yeah, like also.
This is vine charcoal.
Charcoal, so this guy, is there...
Be careful not to brush into the drawing, because the charcoal will come off on your shirt. You'll have a big black mark on your shirt.
And, what is this?
That's a likeness of a man I know who sat for his portrait, and that's done with compressed charcoal, fine charcoal, and eraser.
So what's your name?
No, I can
Irene Miller.
And
These are monoprints. These were...
How does that work?
I'll show you.
Here, Hayden's going to interview that now.
Okay, so what I do is I make the monoprints on a press.
No.
And I can show you the basic technique.
How do you do it on the press?
That's what I'm going to show you. The first thing I do is, my grandchildren were here yesterday, so we set up a little printing station over here. And I should probably put an apron on, but maybe I'll let one of you do this. Okay? Why don't you take the blue with the blue roller and do the setup yesterday, and you just roll it back and forth, and then you roll it onto this plate. This is the plate. Okay, and do it a couple of times. Put a little more ink on it. Do a couple of the yellows. You're going to take these home, but you have to be careful because they're wet. Okay.
Did.
Okay, so we're carrying those over. Now we're going to print it. Okay, so one side of this paper, oh thank you, one side of this paper is smooth and one is rough, and I think the smooth, and this is not going to...
You're good art. You're good artist.
Okay, so you see? See that See, the ink is up and the paper's on it, and then this is just to keep what these are called felts, to keep them clean because sometimes it squishes over. And these two sides have to be the same. So this is going to be 4/3 lines. And can somebody do 4/3 lines with me over here?
I will.
Okay, so build it this way, back. So when you get to 4, see where the line comes up? It should be 4. Okay, so how many lines are underneath?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Whoa!
Film it, Evan. Film the unveiling.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Okay.
Unveil it.
Nice.
See?
Look at that. Wow.
And actually, there's enough ink I could do it again.
Hey, look at my drawing. We're going to see oil. Fortune.
I don't know.
What do you think about Open Studios this year?
Well, yesterday was a really good day because it was rainy, so a lot of people came, and today with the beautiful weather, there weren't so many people. So that's kind of
So it's good for us, but not good for the artist.
right.
How did you make these paintings?
Well, these are a process called printmaking, and I've made these painting by painting it on a plexiglass, and I put it on the printing press, and I put paper over it, and I rolled this really heavy roller, and it takes the paint off the plexiglass onto paper, and that's what you get.
I know what plexiglass is.
Yeah.
Plexiglass is glass, let's say, is this made of plexiglass?
No, plexiglass, I'll show you what it's inside.
And see, if I punch it, like, if a racket, it doesn't get, like, broken.
Right.
Maybe I painted on plexiglass just in the last room I was in.
Oh.
You know, plexiglass, are there any stuff you've used besides plexiglass to
Well, sometimes I paint on what they call copper plate, and sometimes I paint on wood, and sometimes I just paint on piece of foam board.
So how do you paint, like, on,
Well, I use a roller. I roll the paint out.
You know a lot of stuff, because know what you have, did you study any art?
Yeah, studied a lot of years, and that's how I figure it out.
How do you make the sunroll? You can do it as pottery. I know the pottery part, but not, I've done pottery.
I'll show you in a minute. Hi, I'm Chris Casoto, and I make pottery. I make majolica, and then I have to paint it too. So it's a lot of work, but I really like it. And here's a sample of some of the things I do. This is a big bowl. It's food safe. It's functional. And I make a lot of these sun bowls, and you can put them in the dishwasher. Now come and look at these. These are not finished yet, but we have these two new big ones. And that one, these two will be sun bowls, and these will be maybe something else.
Now, I'm used to seeing clay turn sort of orange, but this is white.
This is a white earthenware right here, and the red stuff is the red earthenware, which has iron in it, and so is that there.
Oh, yeah.
Ball with the figures, but that's not fired yet.
So these are not fired yet either.
No.
So these are really fragile.
These three especially are very fragile. They're just dried clay.
Yeah.
Just watch me knead. It's called wedging. And this prepares the clay for throwing. Hi, this is my toolbox. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. And I'm going to take my sponge and my needle tool to cut. And we're going to take some ribs, big metal rib, and maybe a smaller one. And we have these ribs to make the bottom real nice. And here's some that's a little smaller. And we need a needle tool, which also cuts things. See the needle? Okay, and I think we have everything. Close, but okay. So now you want to wet the top. Make sure the top is wet. Well, this is my bowl.
So this is not kind of recovered fabric. This is actual new fabric that you purchased to make this.
By usually a half a yard.
Okay.
Half a yard, sometimes a quarter yard, so on. There are various kinds of fabric, though. There's and what the surface of the fabric is all the grain. Okay, the grain is very different. Like in I don't think I can pick out. Some fabrics are very elaborate and very thick, and some are very thin. Right? And the grain is why the light, why they don't shine. When you look across that, you will not see any glare.
I see.
Just from individual fabrics, individual squares make big glare, but it does not there. So it's very good at making illusions, because you look across it and from any angle, it doesn't shine. It doesn't shine.
So these pieces, do you take a painting and draw squares on it to make this?
Yeah.
So you kind of draw something and then do a grid pattern on it?
Yeah.
And then
you have to do it in pencil.
Okay.
Because the pencil will bleed. Pencil and you do a pencil grid, or a grid is the wrong term for it, because it's in squares. It's in squares. It's a reticular so I feel like I'm being photographed.